Hey everybody, today we're going to be wrapping up our conclusion on our ELA 9B essay. We will get started right back to that, and I've got it right here. So to start with, our very first video, we clarified what the question was, what the prompt was. It was to write a narrative essay, which is a true essay about overcoming a challenge in our life. We did a pre-writing where we listed off things that could be a challenge. Death of a parent, illness in the family, working towards winning, achieving a goal, loss of relationship, learning to drive, overcoming obstacles, and learning how to be in relationship. So I chose for mine learning to be about a healthy weight. And I had listed about 7 reasons where I had struggled, why I wanted to lose weight, why it was important I lose weight, how did I do it, why I had to make the lifelong change. So I really just did kind of a freedom of thinking and just got it all out there, okay? So then we started with a hook. Helen Keller once said, "Although the world is full of suffering, it is also full of the overcoming of it." Have you ever suffered until you could overcome a personal challenge in your life? I know I have. I struggled with my weight and eating habits for most of my life. There were many years when I was a healthy weight, only to fall back into bad habits. For me, eating is a stress reliever, and I had to learn how to eat in moderation in order to be the best version of myself. In order to overcome this challenge in my life, I had to learn to ask for help, learn to eat less calorie-rich, and I had to exercise more. So, I could do my conclusion one of 2 ways. I can either reword this entire intro and pretty much say the same thing in my concluding paragraph, only using other words, or I could go through and I could take pretty much a sentence from each of these to help summarize it, because both of them will help me in the same way. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a sentence from the first paragraph. I'm going to do that approach. So I know I say things about the world is full of suffering and overcoming suffering. So my first sentence could be something like, while suffering and challenges are a part of growing in our world, there are ways to overcome the hardships we face. That's very similar, isn't it, to the Helen Keller quote that is my first line. I just kind of say it a little bit differently. And I say, have you ever suffered until you could overcome a personal challenge in your life? I know I have. You could say, it was hard for me to not have control of my weight, but it was equally hard to think about trying to lose the weight. So that's another way of saying, okay, that I had struggled with my weight and eating habits for most of my life. There were many, and now I'm going to go down to the next paragraph actually. And I'm going to say, I'd been dealing with my weight on my own for some time and I was unhappy with my progress. I began talking to health-conscious people and realized some of the small mistakes I was making in my daily eating. I realized that if I was making so many small mistakes, perhaps I needed professional help. Perhaps I need more professional help than I thought. I chose to download the Noom app and applied for a subscription on their psychology-based eating approach. I took a quiz customized to my specific eating habits and body size type. With that, I was off and running. I needed to ask for help in order to learn how to be more healthy. There we go. Why is it? We'll see why it's lit up. Why does it want to say that? I don't know. Ooh, suggest edits. Oh no, maybe it's not. I needed to learn. That might be. Oh no, I needed to ask for help. No, that sounds fine. That's something we could always tidy up in a little bit. Now we go back to this other paragraph. The first helpful advice Noom gave me was to start eating less calorie rich. I was eating way over my allotted amount of calories. I learned it was reasonable to eat about 1,200. I had been eating about 1,200 multiple times a day, which added up from anywhere to 2,400 to 3,600 calories a day. I had to quit fast food and began to eat healthy whole foods like vegetables and fruits. I found I could eat pounds of green grapes and be so full I was almost sick, and it was still less than 1,200 calories a day. As soon as I learned how to eat more of the low-calorie foods available, I began to lose weight. Actually, I have to take this off because I woke up my suggested edits part. That wasn't what I meant to do. There we go. I learned how to eat less calorie rich, and soon weight loss was easier. That's a good way to summarize that paragraph. And now the last paragraph we'll summarize. Noom gave me a step count to meet each day, and I could earn extra calories if I met the goal. I quickly began walking as much as I could and taking breaks to work out briefly during the day. It became easier and easier to work out, and I did it more and more. I went from walking a quarter mile a day to 4 miles a day within a few months. I still continue to find new ways to work out and exercise. I love walking with my dogs, but I'm also doing yoga, weight training, and riding my horse regularly. These little things add up to big calories burned. Finally, by adding in exercise where I could, I also was able to burn fat I stored while making sure I didn't build up any more fat on a bad diet. So now you see I've really summarized all of those, and now I'm going to add a concluding sentence at the end. When overcoming a challenge in life, I'll go back to here. Actually, I'll say it this way. Overcoming a challenge in life can be hard, but it is worth it to keep trying for the rewards. So there we go. We have finalized up this essay. Now, one of the things that you would want to do after this is read it and run the spell check. That's where I got myself into a little bit of trouble messing around with the spell check, but this healthy ended up working out fine. Your spell check is up here in Tools, Spelling and Grammar, okay, and you could do the spelling and grammar check here. Document looks good. You could have someone read this. You could read it out loud. Of course, I've read this one many times out loud and been able to do quite a bit of adjusting on it already. So, and that's where we are with that essay. And we'll be putting her to bed tonight, and next week we'll be starting in on our new essay, which I guess will be from 10A. And I'm pretty sure it's the World's Best Villain essay, which is one of my favorite ones, but I know that's coming up soon. So we will talk to you soon. Stay healthy and well. Enjoy some of this unseasonably warm weather. I don't know if your guys' dogs are like shedding like crazy. My dog is shedding like crazy. And I could think spring will be here before we know it. Take care. Bye.